Hi everyone. Um, Thanks for your time. So I'm Barbara Berutsya. I'm a business analyst by trade, and I am a Supermums alumni and a Supermums brand ambassador. So it's really nice to be here today. I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about my journey and kind of how I got into it. So rewind into the dreaded kind of COVID times. I worked flexibly as a business analyst, stroke project manager for a local authority. And whilst there was some real good positives with it, I'd been toying around with Salesforce. I was one of those people on the sidelines looking at Salesforce for a long time. Seen all the hype on LinkedIn, for example, and other places in terms of salaries, and it's always struck a technical chord with me. I was very fortunate that my husband is a Salesforce admin. He's been working from home and had this great flexible lifestyle for the last 5 odd years, and it was something that I really wanted to get into. COVID made me realise that as part of Salesforce, it's really good to kind of be able to work remotely and have that as a default. And I think definitely Salesforce and the ecosystem is something that can offer that, because I think, like everybody in COVID times, everybody kind of just dreamt of going on the move and working from a beach and doing all of these outdoor things and not being tied down to locations and restrictions. So it was born out of that, really. I've been studying on Trailhead on the side and having a look at it, but I felt like I was a little bit lost. So I felt like I needed hand holding to a certain degree, and someone to fight my corner in terms of recruitment, and find me a good role at the end of it, somewhere where I wasn't left on my own. Because I'd been studying Trailhead on the side for so long, it made me kind of feel that I needed that extra guidance, that extra step, because there was something missing. And I started looking around. I was aware of other programs in America and so on, but I found Supermums, and it really struck a chord for me because at that time, especially, I've got twin 7-year-olds. It was something for me. I wanted to call myself a supermum. It spoke to who I was as a person, to feel like, yeah, I'm on this journey. I've been doing it for a long time, but I want to celebrate something that's unique to me. So I think with the Supermums brand, and what they could help me with, that was something that definitely stuck out for me. So I signed up, met a great group of people. So I was on the May 2021 cohort, I think. And basically since then, we've stayed in touch. There's a great group of people, both whilst you're training and also post training. We've got WhatsApp groups, we've got Slack comms, we meet up, and the coaching and the expertise on the journey are second to none. Every week we've got a real grounded sense of people. And that's what I would say. It's not just about, because it did confuse me at first, the Supermums name, but it's not just for parents, it's not just for mums, it's not just for people who have been in that circle. It's for anybody that can sign up. And now, with the fact that you can pay off for courses as well, I think really helps the working people, that just like me, I had to save to get the course. It wasn't something that I could just straight away afford. So I think that's another great option. But it's something that, once you get stuck into and worthwhile, it's a very, very good support. And they've assisted me with everything. So we've had a lot of coaching. I've turned up at events. We've had buddies when you walk in the room and so on. We've celebrated success. I found the training really easy in terms of the functions. So the portal for training, where you get all of your work from and go through your homework. My mentor was amazing. They budded me up with a fellow BA, so we had that kind of groundwork understanding. And yeah, project I worked on was with an American client, and they were lovely, absolutely lovely. Everyone that I've met on this journey, I would say, are people that I would stay in touch with forever. They're not anybody that I've come across, and that's genuine. You know, I've worked in a lot of places, but everyone has genuinely been nice, and I didn't believe it at first. I think that's what got me into Salesforce, is seeing what everyone in the ecosystem was like. Everyone that I spoke to has been really helpful. You know, not many careers can you just jump on Google and it's accepted that you can jump on Google and Google the answer, you know, and pull out. You can go on at any time of night and get support from Salesforce, go on, you know, all of the different communities, and you've got people there for support, which is great. So it's a great ecosystem, you know, collection of companies and environment to work in. The people are lovely. Supermums are very supportive. And this last jump, I mean, I've been looking around. I was in a really comfortable job, working flexibly, as I said, but I wanted to get into Salesforce, and the technical side of it really sung to me. And I just kept turning up at events. I kept working, I kept studying. I qualified in the September, just after, well, during work experience. And I've just moved into my first role as a business analyst for guide dogs for the Blind Association. So that was through Supermums Recruitment. And without fail, they have literally been the biggest backers of me, because Heather put me forward for an Ask the Trailblazer series, which I did a little interview with one of the productions that's going on for Salesforce in America. And then in the UK, I know that all of the recruitment people and everyone involved in Supermums has kind of been saying, yes, you've got to get Barbara a job. So you've got that personable approach, you know, and they literally, I normally speak plainly, so like a dog with a bone, they wouldn't let it drop. They just did the best for me. So this, I can't say that I'm a one-off. I've seen lots of opportunities, and I've seen a lot of people progress, you know, and basically this new job that I've got at the moment, I'm 3 weeks in. I'm loving it at the moment. I got another 10 grand pay rise out of the opportunity. So it just shows you that with hard work, studying, keeping at it, you definitely can succeed in the ecosystem. And I think there is a lot of hesitancy over the current market and, you know, what's going on within Salesforce and within the world. And I think it's definitely a secure investment going forward. I think you just have to be open and, you know, get stuck in, speak to people, reach out. Everybody, you know, my LinkedIn door's always open. Everybody else is the same, but I don't think it's something that you would regret with it. And I've thoroughly enjoyed my journey, that I've stuck around and become a brand ambassador for Supermums, because I just think it's a worthwhile cause, definitely. Perseverance, really. I think the homework stuff for me, as long as it's very methodical. So, you know, it's a couple of hours training. I think within the week. For me, I was able to kind of get through some of the stuff within it. So the sooner you start learning on it, the better. But you just need to prioritize and build in functions. Mine was literally as soon as I'd put the kids to bed, while I was still a bit fresh, 8 o'clock in the evening, I'd go make sure I've got a cup of coffee, and I'd sat down for a couple of hours and do the homework tasks, really, and things you can do on your mobile. So while you're sitting there and the kids are watching TV, you're just doing a bit on your phone, because, you know, you can do a lot of the tasks relate back to Trailhead, so you can do that on your phone. and just planning little calls when you can with your mentor, just around what works for both. So I think it's just about focusing on the end goal, being realistic with your time, and trying to sensibly multitask with what you're doing, I think, and everyone will get there. I think some of the things that was a little bit more difficult for me was around some of the work experience and kind of working with American clients where, the American company where it was on a time difference. But be open and be honest with how much time you've got left. I mean, I suggested, I said to the particular company, can we change the time for the catch-ups, because they are literally right over the bedtime when I've got to get the kids to sleep. And they were really flexible. They understood that, and collectively I think raising that helped other people in the group, and we moved the time slightly. So I think it's just be open, be honest, be transparent. If you're struggling, get help, but dial into coaching when you can, and do things when it suits you. It might be early on in the morning or late at night once you've got the kids in bed. It's finding little pockets. I've basically gone into I was a business analyst previously, so I've found that I wanted to go into being a business analyst within Salesforce. It might not be for everyone, because I originally, when I went into it, I had an idea of being an admin and then working my way up to being a consultant. What I found was easier is to find something that was still within my skill set. So I felt comfortable making that move, because there was synergies between transferable skills, and I think that helps. So I would say, and again, it's something you can tap into on the coaching, but find something that because everybody's got transferable skills, no matter what role they're doing at the moment, that they can move over, but hone in on those and pick out elements of those that you can bring with you and what that looks like in the new role. Because I think I've just been on the peripheral of studying it and being around Salesforce for quite a while, but not dipping my toe in to it. So with work experience, I think that it was great because I got to see a bit more of the inner working, and it's the same with this job role now. I'm not panicking, because there's a lot of similarities within the role. It's just a new system. But if you're somebody that's completely brand new to systems and that kind of stuff, I would say try and make it as relatable for you. Chunk it down, as they say, into smaller bits that you can achieve within that. But try and familiarize yourself, go on trailhead as much as you can, to learn different things, so that when it comes up, it's not kind of brand new and you're kind of making yourself feel a bit more comfortable and at ease with it.